Now is a good time to look into the crystal ball. In fact, Chicago-based industrialist Shalabh Kumar, founder and chairman of Republican Hindu Coalition, often seen as Donald Trump's favorite American Indian, joins us for a quick chat. Thank you, Mr. Kumar, for joining us on this broadcast. There's a lot of talk about India's foreign policy and what the next US government's view will be on it, especially, its relationship with US has been in the spotlight. Could you give us a sense of what you see as top foreign policy priorities for the Trump government if it becomes charge of the next government of the US?
First of all, good evening. Can you hear me properly?
Yes, sir, we do.
Okay. So, yeah, it is a very important subject you are talking about, favorite of mine. That is the relationship between United States and Bharat for the next administration. And we know where President Trump stands. We also, in a way, know where Kamala Harris stands, and that's not very good. Officially, the government of India cannot say that, which political party or which candidate they'll support. But I know from the inside of the government, they wish that President Trump will come back and will continue to march on U.S.-India partnership. Kamala, on the other hand, I would like to remind your viewers of her stance on Article 370 and 35. When that came out,
right.
She was totally against. Her campaign, her government, Biden's cabinet are full of people who want a independent Kashmir state. So that, that has been their policy. Now they come out and may say something different, but that is just the truth.
Right. Mr. Kumar, also, Mr. Trump has promised to impose tariffs of up to 20% on imported goods from countries like India. He's repeatedly pointed to India's high entry tariffs for luxury goods, but on the other hand,
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you properly. Let me just see. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes,
Could you
sir.
repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. This was a question about tariffs, and that Donald Trump has promised to impose tariffs of up to 20% on imported goods, specifically from countries like India. He's repeatedly pointed to India's high entry tariffs for luxury goods, but he also has praised Prime Minister Narendra Modi, often calling him a great man. How much should Indians worry about a Trump presidency, specifically when it comes to impact on countries' exports?
That's also a very good question. I'm in the process of writing a book on Chinese colonization of America 2049. This thing is really targeted for China. And actually, it should be much more than 20%. It should be 50% or 100%. Otherwise, come 2049, their 100th anniversary, United States will be a second economy. They will be an $80 trillion economy. That's China.
Right.
And India will be probably a $20 trillion economy. United States will become a $40 trillion economy, half the size of China. So tariffs and bringing bringing jobs and manufacturing back to the United States, which has been a very big emphasis for President Trump and my own. That is very important to put on tariffs, particularly against countries that want to dominate the world, and not like India, who wants to have a great partnership with the United States of America.
Okay, an aligned question, sir. There have been some concerns in the Indo-Pacific region about Trump's approach to China. We've seen his shifting positions on TikTok. What can we expect on US-China ties, particularly when the disengagement process has begun between India and China?
There is no question in my mind. And Bharatiya, Indian, all Indian Americans, they could take that to the bank. President Trump is for United States and for India. And our number one enemy, global enemy in the world is China. And President Trump, I have had so many conversations with him, with President Trump on this issue of tariffs with China. And at times, actually, I remember my last conversation with him where President Trump had said, Shali, do you think it's a good idea to stop trade with China cold turkey? He used the word cold turkey. That is, China is an existential threat for world democracies, for peace-loving nations,
right.
for United States of America, for India, and China needs to be controlled. And so there is no question that in Indo-Pacific, United States is with India and can try to contain China.
Right. Thank you, Shalabh Kumar, for joining us. That was Shalabh Kumar speaking to NDTV World on the expectations that Indians can have from a Trump presidency.